What's going on, everybody? What a game. What an enormous victory for the Chicago Bulls. They pull off the seemingly impossible by beating the Miami Heat despite being down 7 players to injury. The Chicago Bulls, what they did tonight should not be glossed over. They had no business beating Miami tonight, and yet they pulled off the seemingly impossible. I'm so proud of this team. But first and foremost, let's kick it off with this. Unbelievable job from the boys, man. Honestly, I really can't say enough about what the Chicago Bulls did tonight. Samity has it here. Bulls W, man. I'm gonna go through the stats to lead off, but seriously, like I'm gonna seem a little jumbled because I'm like tingling with this like excitement. Like the Bulls did something tonight and that could be a huge turnaround for their season. Like this is the kind of victory that the Bulls can really build off of and make something great from because tonight was all hustle, man, all heart, and it was led by Dalen Terry, was probably the biggest surprising spark, but someone else was a big spark, you guys, and I'm personally very proud of this, and it is Yuki Kawamura. Yuki Kawamura performed Yuki magic tonight. Yuki Mania was in full effect, and I'm proud of it because I've been calling for Yuki to bring a spark to this team. I kept saying that, look, I don't want him to get crazy minutes. I don't expect him to be a long term piece of the rotation, but Yuki Kawamura has the skills to play in the NBA. He is an elite playmaker, and anything that he does is going to matter more when he does it than anyone else on the team. Like a 2-point basket from Yuki means a ton more to the Bulls and their momentum than a 2-point basket from anyone else. And it's simple why. He's a 5'7" Japanese player. That kind of player isn't supposed to succeed in the NBA. But when he goes off, when he plays like he did tonight, I have a couple of highlights with you for you guys. Like it energizes the team, man. It makes them play better. Everything is, all of a sudden they've got like a rocket strapped to their back and they start kicking ass. Like, hey, what's up, Jeff? Bulls win, baby. Let's go. Guilty. What's the word, brother? I appreciate you stopping in. Anyone that's not aware, go and check out Guilty's articles on Bulls on Tap. He is the man. I appreciate everyone that's stopping in right now. I would like to know, man, who's your bull of the game? And anyone who hasn't been with me on any live post game before, I'm a big fan of involving the fans. So if you guys have questions, statements, anything like that, drop them in the comments and I will feature you. I've got you. I will say it's probably going to be pretty hard to pick anyone else for bull of the game except for Ayo. Ayo was unstoppable tonight. He was a freaking dog, man. Ayo Dosunmu, and you know what? Tonight puts a stamp on it for me. We're not trading Ayo Dosunmu. Period. We gotta keep him. He has to be a part of the movement going forward. But I'm down to trade Kobe White. I think what Ayo showed you tonight is that you can trade Kobe and Ayo can give you everything that Kobe was giving you and better defense. Like, respect to Kobe. I love Kobe White. I respect everything that he's done for this city. I've loved watching him grow up before our eyes. But he's a one-dimensional player. Kobe White couldn't have done what Ayo did tonight. On both ends of the floor, Ayo led the Bulls to this victory. Ayo put the team on his back and said, come on, we're going to get to the finish line. And he carried us there. And yes, we had players that helped him along the way. Again, we don't win this game without Yuki. I love all the comments. I love the comments that are big on Yuki right now. Yuki, baby. Let's go. Yep, we talked. Yep, we talked about exacting on both. I know, man. I know. Hey, it's like we know ball. Just saying. It's like we know ball. Maybe we might know a little bit of ball, but pay Io you front the front. Pay Io Bulls front office. Pay him, you cowards. Yes, give Io his money. Get that man locked up. He should be. Io's the kind of player that I hope is a lifelong Bull. I know that that's probably a little bit too far. A lot of guys don't end up being lifelong anybody because, you know, eventually the team has other plans and they move on from you and then you join someone else. But I would love it if Ayo Dosunmu didn't play a single play for another team or another franchise because Ayo Dosunmu exemplifies exactly what the Chicago Bulls are supposed to be about. Period. He is he is Chicago. Like Ayo Dosunmu, I mean, the man went to Illinois for college, like to play college ball. Like everything about Ayo Dosunmu screams that he is Chicago, and just his whole attitude, man. The way he never gives up. He's so gritty. He plays tough. He was getting beat up out there tonight. He didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn at all. He was still sticking it right to him. Nobody, and I don't know if there's a player in the NBA that can actually guard Ayo Dosunmu when he decides that he wants to drive the basketball. Because the dude blows by everybody. Everybody. And his touch when he gets to the rack is so feather smooth, man. Feathery smooth. It's unbelievable. Shortest man in history to win a jump ball. I actually have that highlight keyed up. So let me actually I gotta upload these highlights, but I've got a couple of highlights for you guys that I'm really excited to share. Mostly Yuki, not gonna lie. But all right, they're uploading now. Everybody who's here, I appreciate you guys for being here. If you're just getting here, please do drop a like on the video. It is very helpful. I'm going to go through a stat read here in a minute as well. But anyone that comes in, I'd love to know who your bull of the game is. I'd like you to pick someone other than Io. Io is obviously the bull of the game, right? But who's your next guy? Who was the next most important player to our victory tonight? I'd love to know what you guys think. After I get a few opinions, I'll give you guys my opinion on who. And it might not be who you think. And I hope that there's a certain person in here because he's gonna like that I give this person some love. And trust me, the player I'm gonna give love, I it's gonna hurt me a little bit to do that, but I gotta be honest. I'm objective when I judge these games. But going through your give Io a 4-year, $100 million deal, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's the same as Giddy, which you could say is disrespectful. I'd say that Giddy is just extremely underpaid. I think Io is worth $25 million a year, easily. I mean, what he gives you on both ends of the floor, it's so hard to replace that. Let's see here. 100% guilty. What's up, guilty? Great win tonight. Everyone pitched in. Yes, this was a total team effort, man, from top to bottom. Love to see it. Love to see it. Ayo Dosunmu. What's up, Sobak? Appreciate you dropping in, brother. Yeah, man. Ayo was unbelievable. I've almost dropped the F-bomb like 5 times because I'm super pumped up. But Ayo 5 and Matas 8 turnovers. I can't overlook those when we win. They stepped up in big possessions. Yes. So Matas specifically had a really tough game tonight. I know that he ended with over 20 points, but he struggled. It was a tough game out there for him. But when it mattered the most, he came up big. He hit a late 3 that we absolutely needed to win the game. And then he also iced the game, I think, with 2 free throws late. He was big when we needed him to be. But you got to clean up the turnovers, Matas. I know that the refs seem to hate Matas. They never give him love. I don't understand what it is, but they seemingly dislike the hell out of him. That being said, he did his job when it mattered the most, like I said. And also his defensive presence is so vital for the Bulls because we don't have much on defense. We need his shot blocking badly. Closing with Yuki was something no one saw coming. That's a fact, but he did it. Yuki was awesome tonight. And for anyone who doesn't know, he won a jump ball. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. I feel like whenever Yuki plays, the Bulls always have a puncher's chance to win. Technically, the Bulls are 3-0 with Yuki. Hey, I love it. Yuki brings a different kind of energy to the Bulls, man. Like, I don't know why there's people out there that can't stand that Yuki's on our team, and I don't understand them because Yuki is the heart and soul of what we have going on here. Like, he is a shining example of a guy that people have given up on, and there's no good reason to. Just like people have given up on the Bulls, and there's no good reason to. The Bulls are a team that's building for the future, and the future is bright. When you got a guy like Matas Buzelis, who's closing out the Heat on the road in a big time game in an upset victory, that's progress. That's development. That's exactly what we're looking for from this young basketball team. What's up, bitches? What a win. AK actually brought in assets in that trade. Double win. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the damn truth? I love what I don't hate AK nearly as much as everyone else does. That's an opinion. It is what it is. But before I go on too much longer, let me give you guys some highlights from tonight's game. So, first and foremost, I wanted to show this was an absolutely dirty Matas Buzelis block and a great example of what he can do on the defensive end and why he is so important to what the Bulls have going on. So sorry for the color. This one got a little bit messed up, but Matas absolutely eating that dude's lunch. He said, let's watch it again. He said, give me that. I think that's Drew Smith. Dude, you better go to the rack a lot stronger than that next time, little boy. Like, Matas Buzelis ain't going to let that go. Now I've got a couple more highlights. Here we go. I think a lot of them are Yuki related, but
Dosunmu thought about it, took it, and hit it.
Oh, see the three.
I probably shouldn't have had. I'm not supposed to have sound for that kind of stuff. That's my bad. I don't know if I could play those then.
Sound for this? That have made an impact in this league.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I should have fixed those so that there was no sound. I'm going to try and do that as we're talking, but let me talk about the stats tonight before I go on. I'm going to try while we're still talking to fix those audios because I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to play those with the audio. I think I could get copyrighted for that. So I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Forget it. It's on me. I apologize for not being able to bring you guys those highlights. But next time I'm going to cut the sound on them so that we don't have any trouble. But Matas is greater than Cooper Flag. Or sorry, Freddie first said, I didn't think Yuki was even going to play tonight. I didn't think so either until I seen the injury report. The injury report told me that he almost had to. We were so low on guys. And Reversal says Matas is greater than Cooper Flag. Hey, I don't know if that's true. I know that Cooper just dropped 49 the other night. I don't want to disrespect Cooper. I will say that I think Matas can be just as good as he is. Like, I was making a lot of jokes last season, like, why do we want to bring Matas in, or Cooper Flag when we've got Cooper Flag at home? And they were jokes, but it's true. Hold on, I think this camera's a little sideways. There we go. But it's true that Matas has all the potential in the world, just as much potential as Cooper Flag. I don't see the point in pining for a guy when we have what it takes to get it done without him. And I think the Bulls have what it takes to build something special. They don't need Cooper Flag. Would he have helped? Absolutely. But I've already moved on, and I hope that Bulls fans can too. I'm going to go through the stats now. So, Patrick Williams, and that's who I was going to say. Patrick Williams is also another unsung hero for tonight's game. I think that he might have been the second most important Bull besides Ayo. And it makes me sick to say that because Patrick Williams pisses me off. With that being said, we got a suggestion here from Pat. What's going on, Pat? Everybody, this is God himself. No, I'm just playing. He's God on the breeze though. Kazsen, wait, is this official? Did this actually happen? Oh, hello. The Bulls get Saric. Hey, breaking news here on the Chicago Bulls breeze. The Bulls just got Saric. Holy shit. Dario Saric is now a Chicago Bull. Forward center. He was the 12th overall pick in the 2014 draft, so he's older. He's 31. He's been in the league for a while. His stats say that he isn't going to be much of a difference maker. He wasn't playing, but he's so in the league. His greatest season was 2019 when he averaged 10 points and 6 rebounds for the Suns. For his career, or sorry, no, that wasn't his best year. His best year was his rookie year when he averaged 14.6 points. For his career, let's see what he averages for a career. For his career, he averages 10 points a game, shoots 44% from the field, 36% from downtown, 83% from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So, I mean, Dario Saric isn't going to really move the needle. With that being said, you said we also get picks, didn't you say that, Pat? Pat said that we also get picks. So let me see let me try and find something about this trade real quick. All right, yeah, it's a 3-team trade. Okay, so Cleveland got Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. Okay. Sacramento got DeAndre Hunter. I don't know what they're doing. And the Bulls got Dario Saric and 2 future second-round picks. Honestly, that seems like a good trade for the Bulls. Who did we lose? What did we give up? Like, how are we even in this trade when we didn't give up anything? It seems like we're just getting this stuff for free. I'm not used to the Bulls getting stuff for free. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're not giving up anything really. This trade does give Cleveland some salary relief. And I'm not a big fan of anything that helps Cleveland because I like to see Cleveland suffer. But let's see. Looking at your guys' comments here. Sarge might be a buyout candidate or traded soon. Honestly, he needs to just stay on the roster. He's a big man. We don't have many of those. We could use the big man depth, especially at this point with the injuries. I know he's not going to play, but this is what I meant by AK getting assets. No, I did not know. Sorry about that. Bulls absorb Saric into Levine. Get 2 second-rounders to take his $5.4 million expiring deal. Great. I'm like 2 second-round picks. I know people scoff at those. Look, you know who tonight's big star was, right? Ayo Dosunmu. Guess what he was? A second-round pick. I know that it's not often that you get second-round picks that end up being great rotation players for you like Ayo, but honestly, AKA has shown an ability to scout pretty decently in the second round. I mean, he got Ayo or late. Like he I like the Lachlan Ulbrich pick. He's scrappy. He had a nice ball fake tonight. I mean, he didn't get many minutes, but he made the most out of the minutes that he had. He's scrappy, man. And I think he's got some really nice passing ability for a big man. He's got a lot of room to develop, but that's why you take a guy in the second round. They're projected to be development players. Billy needs to let Matas go for middies. He's still too weak to drive against big bodies. Matas cook Cooper 1-on-1. Yeah, hey, I'm with you, bro. I know that Matas has all the ability in the world. I don't know why Matas isn't allowed to shoot mid-range jumpers, but I hope that if that's the case, I hope eventually that Matas is like, hey, Billy, I don't care what you have to say. This is what I'm going to shoot. Because I know all the analytics say one thing or another. I'll tell you exactly what the best shot is. The best shot is a shot that goes in the rim. It does not matter what the analytics have to say about shooting more threes, this and that. It matters if the ball goes in the rim. That's what matters. Let's see here. Always needed roster spots open as well to acquire future picks those years with 7. Okay, yeah. Gave up exemption money that they built up. Injuries and Zach Tree, maybe not 100% sure. Okay, they got to release someone. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't want to release Phillips. No. I think Julian Phillips has potential. I'm not waiving him. If you got to waive someone on this roster, damn. Waive that one dude who's on a two-way. Can it not be somebody that's on a two-way? Does it have to be someone on the main roster? Javon Carter, good. Thanks for the threes tonight. That's a perfect player to release. Joe Cowley, not a big fan of Joe Cowley's work, but I know that he works hard. No, it can't be a two-way. I had a feeling it couldn't be a two-way. I just had to ask, but that's. Hey, James, I'm glad that you could join us during a victory. But yes, I'm glad that Carter's gone. No offense to Carter, but we needed to have a more big man depth. So having Saric instead of Carter makes a lot of sense. And we got 2 second-round picks out of this. I would love it if we could flip those second-round picks. Again, I'm trying to go get Zion if I'm the Bulls. I know I know there's some people that really hate that. Shams has confirmed that it's Carter. I'm surprised that we waived Carter. Does that mean that we're swallowing his deal? Because I never thought that Reinsdorf would sign off on swallowing up that money. But maybe it's because we're already halfway through the season. This is what I'm hopeful for, but I doubt it. First of all, I don't think the Bulls are going to be willing to trade what it'll take to get Giannis. But even if they were, why would Milwaukee trade him to us? Like, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm getting Giannis as far away from me as possible. I'm trading him to the West. That's just me. There's no way I'm trading Giannis in division so that he can terrorize me for the next 10 years or whatever it is, 4 times a year. That's just my opinion. I wish that they would. I don't think Milwaukee is ran particularly well, so maybe they would do it. I don't know. But if I was Milwaukee, I'd get him the hell away from me. All right, let me go through the stats like I was about to do before. Thank you, Pat, for dropping that trade on us. I appreciate that. It's a good day for the Bulls then. We got a couple of second-round picks, got some more big man depth, and we got a victory. And we even got some play out of Javon Carter the day that we waived him. I love it. I don't think the Heat have the assets to get Giannis. Unless I'm wrong. Who on their team would be attractive for Milwaukee? Like, there's got to be teams in the West that would be much more, that make a lot more sense. I thought Obrich looked good too. Obrich, and he's still young, man. He's got a lot of room to develop. Let me see here. How old is he? He's 22, man. He's 22. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's people that have already said, oh, Lachlan Obrich sucks. He doesn't deserve to be on a two-way contract for the Bulls. He's 22 years old, man. That's my only that's one of my only gripes with. I love Chicago, right? I love being a fan of Chicago. I love being a Chicagoan. I rep for Chicago all day long. Look at all the stuff I have back here. It's all Chicago. Which my camera is backwards. Okay, there we go. But like, it feels. Why does it feel so sideways? Whatever. I'm gonna have to fix that. Sorry, you guys. I feel like it's not not lined up, but it is what it is. But like, why would you trade? Or sorry, like why? One thing I hate about Chicago is how fast we give up on guys. Like, so, it's so easy for this city to just look at a guy play one time and be like, oh, he sucks. I'm over it. I'm over him. He doesn't deserve to be here. Like, you've got to give guys time to develop. If you don't give a guy time to develop, how do you know what he is? There's so many players that we have shipped off prematurely from the city that if we would have given them more time, they could have been great. The one that really, yes, and sometimes you have bad games, like Rob says. Like, the easy take is always to say that someone sucks. It's a lot harder to dive in deep and really examine whether or not a player is worth keeping. Matas is another great example. There's a lot of people that are going to go online and talk about how Matas isn't good, or he's not a franchise player, or he's not going to ever be a star. Oh my God, look at how many turnovers he has. The sky is falling. It's one game. And honestly, Matas, like, we're not even close to seeing what he's going to be. He's not even close to scratching the surface of his potential. You got to give guys time. I know that as I know, because look, I'm from the city too. I love to win. I'm impatient as hell. I don't like to lose. I don't like to watch bad basketball. But Lauri Markkanen is a great example. We gave up on him way too fast. And now look at what he is. He's an absolute dog out there for the Utah Jazz. I'm not saying that anyone on our team is going to end up being like that, although I firmly believe that Matas Buzelis is going to be a superstar. I think Matas is going to be an alpha. And once he gets to that spot, everything is going to fall into place so much faster. With Giddy's going to be even better by then. And you keep Ayo with him. He's Matas's best friend. Keep them together. Damn it, Jerry Reinsdorf, AK Arturas Karnisovas, you look at me right in my eyes. You do not get rid of Ayo Dosunmu. You keep him with Matas Buzelis. Keep them together. Don't screw it up. Trade Kobe White. If you've got to trade one of the guards, trade Kobe White. But Matas can be a superstar. He's got everything it takes. He's got the attitude, the coachability, the measurables, the skills. That dude can be an absolute dog. We just have to give it time. When him and Giddey are like 25, 26, 27, that's when the Chicago Bulls team is going to be really dangerous. That is when I believe we'll be title contenders. 3 or 4 years. Give it 3 or 4 years. I know that seems like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not. And as we go along, our team should get better. Every year for those 3 or 4 years, we should be a playoff team. But once we reach that, once Giddey and Matas are both in their mid-20s, that's when we go all in. The players I'm keeping with that squad, Jalen Smith, Ayo Dosunmu. I'm keeping those two players for the rebuild. Everybody else is dispensable to me. I'm trying to think. Everybody else is dispensable, I believe, in my mind. If we keep some of them, that's awesome. But I think that everybody else can go. Yeah. What's up, Vaughn? Hey, or sorry, not Vaughn, V Dog. What's up, man? Thank God Javon Carter's gone. Yeah, that I should have I should rename the title of the YouTube video, right? To watch party for Javon Carter packing his bags. That's just all of us like throwing a party because he's packing up and leaving. I mean, let's see what you guys have to say here. How many players bottom out in their sophomore seasons and then shine later on in their careers? Great example. Great point. It happens all the time. Unless you're being maybe you're saying the opposite. Are you saying that I'm wrong for what I feel? I feel like it happens all the time where people have sophomore struggles and then they come back, they figure out their game, they get stronger, they get more mature, and they take off. The Bulls cannot afford to give up on some of these guys too soon. Like our wagon needs to be hitched to the Josh Giddey and Matas Puzelis duo. If all we need to get them is a shot blocking, rim running center that has potential. If we can get that center, then everything changes moving forward. Everything. Then we're really talking business. Then we're really talking championship in a few years. Let's see here. Even battling through even battling through injuries, Matas has been pretty available too. That's a fact. He's been someone that his health is not a concern. JC helped tonight. Thank you for your service and good night. That's a fact. Data sample without Vooch was pretty good tonight. Kept pace and played better defense. It's a very important point. It would have been even better if we had Zach Collins and Jalen Smith. Like, a lot of people seem to think that we're only good or that we are only treading water because of Vucevic. I think that's wrong. Like, if anything, like, yeah, he gives us a lot points wise and rebounds wise, but he gives back a lot defensively. Like, he also holds us back from being a true fast paced team. Shout out to Isaac Okoro, by the way. We don't give him enough love as a fan base. Isaac Okoro has settled in to his role here on the Chicago Bulls, and he has been awesome. His defense, his physicality, we need that. We need it. It goes unnoticed a lot of nights because when you're playing great defense, it tends to go. You don't see it because the guys that he's guarding aren't getting the ball or they're not playing particularly well, so they're not getting the ball a lot. So, it's easy to think, oh, Okoro's not doing much tonight. He's our best defender every night. We give him the toughest assignments every night. And lately, he's been scoring too. Like tonight, his first half production was so necessary. Without Okoro doing what he did, we're probably blown out of this game and we don't have a shot in the fourth quarter. Like, easy to see that. Let's see what else you guys have to say here. Do you want us to bottom out? No, I don't want us to bottom out. I don't believe in tanking. I just want us to build a team like we normally would. And if that means that we lose games that we end up getting a high pick because we're just not that good, then fine. So be it. But manufacturing losses is for losers. And anybody that wants the Bulls to manufacture losses, you're asking the Bulls to build a losing culture. It's not a good idea. We've already seen what it's like to have a superstar that's used to losing. Zach LaVine got very comfortable with losing. I'm not okay with any of our guys feeling that way or becoming that. I don't want anyone on our team to be known as a loser. They all should feel like they're winners and they're just trying to get there. That's just my opinion. I appreciate you, Brett. I'm glad that you felt the same way as me. Matas can't be forcing too many of these fouls. I'm scared he might get injured. He has been good about his health, though. But I do agree, like, he needs to be careful about forcing too much because the refs definitely aren't helping him out. The refs, they hate Matas Buzelis for whatever reason. He doesn't seem to get any of the benefit of the doubt with the whistle. So I hope I don't want him to get hurt. So I hope he is doing what you said. That defensive center will change everything. I agree. We get a real paint protector on this team, and Gideon Buzelis round out their offensive games, and you've got Ayo Dosunmu absolutely torching people and running past them for easy buckets, and then you got Jalen Smith giving you crazy amounts of energy as your like pogo stick of a rebounder and energy guy, dude. This team can be special. I feel it. I don't think Billy's the right coach for them either when they get to that point, but that's something to worry about in a season or two. For now, we're good. We just got to keep developing our guys because games like tonight show you exactly why there is reason to have hope for the Bulls. They leave it all out on the court every night. And tonight was a great shining example. Like, let me go through the stats for you guys because I definitely keep getting distracted from that. But hey, what's up, Forrest? Appreciate you joining, man. Hey, your cousin played a good game tonight. Played a good game. His energy was needed. I thought he was going to get more minutes, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know what Billy has against him, but he had a couple of big time rebounds that we really needed. His defense was necessary too. I think he had a steal or two. Les Vooch, his lack of mobility. Yeah, he also does clog the lane. That's true. Interesting. Cleveland waived Luke Travers, and as part of this trade, I don't know who that is. I would have to look up who Travers is to see if he's worth getting. I see you think he's worth getting, so I trust your basketball opinion. Um, let's see. Nice to see Julian get more minutes and chip in. Agreed. Refs hate calling Matas. They're blind. Yes. Who can we put as the 5 in place of Vooch? Jalen Smith. Do you mean long term or do you mean right now? Long term, I don't think that guy's on our roster yet. But for right now, it's got to be Jalen Smith, unless he's out for a while. But Vucevic was only out tonight for rest. That was it. I don't think he has a serious injury. He should be back. Julian had a nice and one. Yes, he did. Both Julian and Dalen Terry proved that they have some, like they showed their potential tonight big time. Dalen Terry was awesome tonight. I dog him, so I got to give him credit when it's due. He was awesome tonight. It's like undeniably really good. Yeah, it would be nice to see him more often. Vucevic slows the play, needs to be assisted with a shot now. Good production, but lowers our potential. Bang. Nail meat head. You got it right on, Brett. Per Brett Siegel and Mark Stein earlier today, the Bulls will be extremely active over the next few days, solidifying their roster as they have chosen a path to be playoff contenders. Don't give me hope. Are we actually going to push our chips into the middle? Go get Zion. Go get Zion if that's the case. I want to see the Bulls acquire Zion if they're deciding to be contenders or that they want to be contenders. Go get Zion. You're not going to get another superstar level talent for as cheap as you can get him. That's my opinion. If the Bulls want to be serious, trade for Zion. Give him Kobe, give him Vooch, give him a few picks, call it a day. That's the only trade to me that would push us into the top half of the East. Everything else is kind of spinning our wheels, in my opinion. So many factors go into the game. Fans, some realize guys can miss easy shots. Sometimes they're outside factors. Yeah, fans are gonna fan, but yeah, I thought it was for Terry at the last second. Vooch sitting tomorrow would be a good sign. Oh, he's an Aussie. Luke Travers is. Yeah, we're trying to basically build the Adelaide Bulls. Coming to you soon. Let's see here. They waived Carter. Yes, they did. Glad everyone pitched in. Love to see team ball. What's the potential trade for Zion? Oh, okay. So Yes, go get Zion. Hey, look at, I've got some help here. Some support. I love it. Thank you, RJ. Appreciate you. It's not bad. I believe the Chicago Bulls are pairing up to make a trade with the New Orleans Pelicans for Missy. Hey, I'm good with that too. I'm good with getting him. I would rather have Zion, but I'm good with Missy. I really would be fine with that. It's messed up. JC played a good game, then they got waived. In a way, you can actually say the Bulls did him a favor. I mean, he did play a good game, but you could say that JC, um, that they gave him like a live tryout. Like JC showed the other 31 teams tonight that he could still play, and then they gave him, his walking papers. In a way, I think they kind of did him a favor. I think it would have been more of a jerk move to like make sure that he sat. If you didn't play him at all, then that could have been a bad thing. Like teams might have been like, "Well, we're not sure if he could play anymore." But like, at least he put something on tape tonight for other teams. Um Giddy leading the Aussie Bulls. I'm here for it. Yep, me too. Stop it, Rob. You can't even entertain this. If the Bulls win a chip, does JC get a ring? Stop it. Houston picks up JC. They should. Although like JC, like his whole value is based on like scoring, like letting him jack up a bunch of threes. So I don't know if he fits with Houston, but I love how excited everybody is for no more Javon Carter. It feels like everybody's more excited for no more Javon Carter than they are for the win. That's pretty funny. But all right, you guys, let me give you guys. I've been here with you guys a while. Let me go through the stat read. All right, Patrick Williams tonight. Great job by Pat to step up and play the five. He started at center tonight. 34 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 turnovers. The fact that he was only a -6, even though he was playing center most of the night, is really impressive. Patrick Williams drives me nuts, but he was big tonight. He was. Isaac Okoro, 34 minutes, 20 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from downtown, 4 of 6 from the line, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, a +10 for Isaac Okoro, tied for the team lead. Okoro is quickly becoming a very important piece on this team. I'm not going to lie to you. I might be willing to keep him long term too. If he's scoring like this, if he can, like, I don't need him to score 20, but if he's scoring like 10 a night with how good his defense is, Okoro's a lot more valuable than people think. Honestly. Buzelis, 33 minutes, 21 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown, 4 of 4 from the line, and including the 2 biggest free throws of the game. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 turnovers, 1 block. So the fact that Matas had 8 turnovers and he was still a +8 is nuts. Like, Miami should be really pissed off at themselves. They gave up a prime opportunity. The Bulls were super shorthanded, first of all, missing 7 guys, and then they turned it over 23 times. 23 times the Bulls turned over the basketball. But I will say the Heat, they weren't much better. They turned it over 19 times. And that, my friend, is called blowing an opportunity. Miami should be furious with themselves. This was a crazy win for the Bulls. Kevin Huerter, in 22 minutes, Kevin Huerter had 9 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from downtown, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block. Huerter played a very good all-around game. He played good team defense, but holy crap, he was not good offensively. At least he couldn't shoot. 1 of 5 from downtown was hurting the Bulls. I don't know why he didn't play more. I'm kind of surprised that he only had 22 minutes, but hey. Ayo Dosunmu started tonight. 37 minutes for Ayo, and he made every single one count. 29 points, 11 of 16 from the field. Unreal. It's disgusting efficiency. Oh my God. 5 of 6 from downtown, 2 of 3 from the line, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. Yeah, he had 5 turnovers. Who cares? I don't care. He was unbelievable tonight. I really hope Ayo gets paid. He needs to be a Bull. I will throw a fit. I will come on this channel and act a fool if Ayo Dosunmu does not get re-signed. Dalen Terry, 29 minutes tonight, and he was awesome, if you can believe it. 9 points. That doesn't tell you everything, though. 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers. Look, his stat line isn't going to jump out at you, even though 9 points and 7 assists is really good. You had to watch the game to know how big of an impact Dalen Terry made. He was all over the court. He was around the ball all night like a pesky fly. He was huge. I'm not big on Dalen Terry. I've criticized him a lot in the past, but I am a fan of being objective. I am always objective. I give flowers to people that I don't like all the time, and I'm going to do it again tonight because Dalen Terry, behind Ayo, might have been our second most important Bull of the night. Like, he was awesome. More of that from you, DT. If you have more games like that, I will actually push for the Bulls to re-sign you as long as it's a very team-friendly deal. I'm just not going to give up a lot for you. Like, I don't know what a fair deal is for Dalen Terry, but if you can get him for like less than $10 million a year, like $5 million a year, I think that'd be a pretty good deal. I think I could see that because he's still really young. That's the thing, guys. Like, again, I don't want to give up on guys too early in their careers, especially when they're showing signs of progress. And I think it's indisputable that Dalen Terry is showing signs of progress. He's only 23 years old. He's got a lot of development to go. So, I'm gonna go through all your comments here in a moment. Julian Phillips tonight, 12 points. We got his cousin in the comments. For anyone who doesn't know, Forrest Phillips is Julian's cousin. Shout out to Julian. He played a good game tonight. 3 points, 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 steal. I will say I'd like to see, in 12 minutes, I'd like to see more rebounds from Julian. But I know that he also played great defense. That's what makes Julian so valuable to me, is that he's got great athleticism, he could shoot, and he can defend. So that's why I believe in his potential. I think he could be a really good 3-and-D player for, if not the Bulls, for someone else. But I do hope it's for the Bulls. Lachlan Ulbrich had 8 minutes tonight, 2 points, 1 of 1 from the field. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I'll take it from the Aussie. Aussie. For anyone that doesn't know, Adelaide is my second hometown. I'm adopted by Troy. Whole lot of Bull. Javon Carter, in his final game as a Bull. Javon Carter played 20 minutes. He had 11 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 3 of 8 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and a turnover. 2 blocks for Javon Carter. I'm not going to lie, the Bulls gave him a really nice platform to show his game off tonight for other teams. That was a classy move by the Bulls because they had to know that he was going to be waived. These moves don't just happen out of nowhere. They had to know he was going to be waived before the game tonight. But they were like, we'll let him play. We'll let him show off a little bit. Last but not least, not even close to the least, Yuki Kawamura, baby. Yuki Mania was reborn tonight, my friends. In 11 minutes, 11 electrifying minutes, by the way. He had 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, 3 rebounds, including one of the biggest rebounds of the game towards the end after a missed free throw, 2 assists, 2 steals. And guess what? He had 0 turnovers. Other than Lachlan Ulbrich, Those are the only two Bulls that had 0 turnovers. Yuki is the only Bull that played double-digit minutes that had no turnovers. I don't know who needs to hear this. In fact, actually, I do know a couple people who need to hear this. But Yuki is an elite playmaker. I don't know where someone called him a decent passer in my comments tonight on Twitter. A decent passer? I'm sorry, but there are tons of NBA players, point guards included, who don't have highlight reels that are as impressive passing wise as Yuki's. I know that they're mostly G League and Summer League games, but Yuki is an elite playmaker. His problem is that he's 5'7". That's it. That's his only problem. If Yuki was 6'2", he'd be a dog. He'd probably be a starter because his passing is savant level. Like he makes no look passes in his sleep. In fact, I'm not convinced he can't make a pass while he's sleeping. Like his passing is unbelievably good. It's better than NBA caliber. It's because his passing ability is better than most NBA players. I don't understand why people have such. There are some people who have a very big grudge against Yuki, it seems, simply because he's short. Oh my God, he's 5'7". He doesn't belong in the NBA. Get the hell out of here. First of all, have some fun. All right? Go touch some grass and have some fun with your life and enjoy Yuki Kawamura playing basketball. For the love of God. All right, I'm gonna go back through all of these comments. All right, I'm gonna whip through them if I can. Pat locked up, bam, big time. Hopefully, Kobe and Vooch are next. Agreed. I don't know about you, but I really believe that we're gonna take the picks from tonight, package a bunch of players, and go get something big. Give me Zion, please. I think Yuki can make a good backup point guard. Dude made huge plays. I agree. I think Yuki would make an excellent backup point guard. His problem on the Bulls is that we're loaded with guards. But I think if you have to be smart in how you play Yuki. You never want him to get matched up against starters because a starting point guard is going to abuse him on a defensive end. But if you play him against the other team's bench players, you're good. You're good. Yuki brought energy, and him and Ayo, their speed kills. Agreed. Miami took us slightly with us being so shorthanded. I agree. P. Will has to be what he was tonight regularly. Yes. I would like to stop, dunking on Patrick Williams. I'd like to praise him. I'm not against it. I'm not against praising any Chicago Bull. I'm open to any Chicago Bull getting better. But Patrick Williams has showed me a lot of bad film. So I need him to be more consistent and to come around before I'm willing to, say that I don't want him to be benched. Because right now I don't want him to play. I really don't. Yeah, Ayo can fill multiple positions too. Agreed. Dalen improved his shooting. That's what they said in the offseason, but it did show tonight. It hadn't shown so far. It did show tonight. P. Will barely takes any shots. Got 12 today in 35 minutes. You can't expect the same stats on less volume and minutes every game. I don't expect anything from Patrick Williams. So anything that he gives me is a plus to me because I frankly don't expect anything. Like, my problem with Patrick isn't stats. It's when he goes through games being a ghost and he's making stupid turnovers. When he gets a rebound and decides that he's going to take the ball up the court himself and then he dribbles it off his foot. Or when he catches a ball on the baseline, when he catches a pass in the corner and he steps out, like every time that he catches a pass in the corner, he does that. Those are when I get pissed off at Patrick Williams. But I'd like to stop. I'd very much like to stop. I don't like to dunk on him. I don't like to dunk on any Chicago Bull. I like to be positive. Yo, Philly, what's up, Mashoon? Not fouling is also part of defense. Agreed. How about them Bulls, baby? How about them? This has to be a typo. V-Dog says we received 7 second-round picks back in the trade. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? If they didn't turn the ball over so much, defense would have been better. Too many easy fast break twos makes defense. Yeah, I agree. What do you think of the three-way trade? I mean, I think it's good. We got rid of a guard and we got back a forward center, so we're bigger. We have more depth in the front court, which is a great thing, and we got second-round picks out of it. I think it's a huge win. Huge win. Big time win for AK. No one will give him credit for it, but I'll give him the credit. Go Bulls. Hell yeah. What do you think Sarge should be able to play? I think that he will be available. I don't think Sarge will play unless we're still missing all of our big men. Then he might play. But he hadn't played really this year. So, take that for what you will. Let's go, Yuki. I love that. Crazy if we got 7 seconds. Yeah, that would be nuts. There's no way. Yuki in space can do some work. Once guys game chemistry with him attacking the rim and then following him into the paint, he's going to get some crazy assists. I agree. We're still talking about Yuki here. Yuki is super smart with his passing. Agreed. Do you think that Dario Saric is going to be the only trade the Bulls make? I hope not. I hope not. High IQ, even the one play on defense where he went for a steal, he took a risk. Guy did a spin move, was off balance, ended up running into a Coro offensive foul. Yes, Yuki is a very, very smart player, and he makes calculated risks. We got back 2 seconds in that trade. Okay, good. It wasn't 7. I mean, 7 would have been better. Don't get me wrong. But now we have 7 seconds in our asset pool. Okay. Nice. Got you, Rob. Episode tonight, Troy. Wow, talk about another pod elsewhere. You know what? I'm banning Troy from my comments. No, I'm just playing. Definitely watch Whole Lot of Bull. Definitely check his channel out. That's my boy. Let's see here. Awesome win, Dario Sarge with 2 future second round picks in Yuki Mania. Yes, today is a great day to be a Chicago Bulls fan. So close to still be streaking if they won the last 2. Yeah, we should have won those games. By the way, now that I have people here, I don't know. Well, I've had people here. I appreciate everyone who's been here, but I'm going to say something that's disgusting, but it also shows how good the Bulls have been against good teams. The Bulls have lost 3 games to the Pacers, right? We've lost 3 games to the Hornets. We've lost 2 games to 2 games to the God. Hold on, let me look at the standings. All right, looking at the standings. We lost 3 games to the Pacers. We lost, I think, 1 game to the Nets. We lost 2 games to Milwaukee. 3 games to the Hornets. We've lost in the West. We lost a game to the Jazz. We lost 2 games to the Pelicans. If you add all those games up, we did the math yesterday. The Bulls are like we've lost like 11 or 12 games against teams that are at the bottom of these conferences. If the Bulls just would have went 500, if they just would have won 6 out of the 12 games that they've lost to these bottom feeders, right? The Bulls would be tied. They would have been tied for second place in the East. That shows you right there just how close we are. We're not as bad as everyone thinks. There's no way that we would be able to be second place in the East if we went 500 against bottom feeders if we weren't beating a bunch of good teams. That means that we're probably above 500 when it comes to teams that are over 500 themselves. Like, we win against good teams. I believe that this team is good. The problem is that we play down to lower competition. So we just got to take care of business. If this team will just take care of business against teams that aren't as good as us, we'll be in the top 6 seeds. because we're that good. We're beating those teams all the time. We're beating good teams all the time. It's actually maddening. The Bulls should be much higher than they are right now. They should be. Period. Um, I'm not really sure what this means. Rob, I know. Yeah, Rob. He has under 1 turnover a game this year because he doesn't play much. I mean, I know you're not apologizing for Patrick Williams, brother. I don't want to get into it because we're not. I'm not. I don't want to have that conversation. It's gonna piss me off. No offense, but Patrick Williams, like I'll give him credit for tonight. He was good tonight. He was good tonight, but he sucks. And until further notice, that's how I feel about him. Yeah, okay. Bobby said the Chicago now has 7 seconds. That's gonna be it for my game tonight, though. Sorry, that'll be it for my post game tonight, you guys. I don't want to keep you too long. I've already been here for an hour. I appreciate everybody who did show up. I do appreciate that everybody doesn't have the same opinion as me. It's just I hope I don't offend anybody with my opinions, or if I have strong opinions. I know that there are some people out there that still have hope for Patrick Williams. You've got to understand that I've gone to bat for this man multiple times and then he's let me down. I went to bat for him big time at the end of last season on video, like talked big about his potential, and then he went out and played a complete joke of a game against the Heat in the play-in. And so since then, I've had a hard time getting back on the bandwagon. So I, you know, I'm open to Patrick being able to turn it around, but it's going to take a lot for me. So everybody, I appreciate you guys. Forrest, Rob, Troy, everybody else, V Dog, everyone that's in the comments that was watching, appreciate you all. As always, long live the Chicago Bulls and long live you, my friends, Breeze Nation. Until next time, we got another game against the Heat tomorrow. I'll be back. Let's beat the Heat. Let's go 2-1 against these bastards. Screw Miami. That'll be it. Peace out, y'all.